Hello, I'm Abby. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm heading out for something special. It is November 15th and I've been waiting for this for a while. I found out about this event months ago, so I've been waiting for it to finally come around. But I am heading to a quilt show here in Seoul. It is the largest in Korea, but I don't think it will be that big. I don't honestly know what to expect, but besides, I know there will be quilts, hopefully some shopping. But yeah, I'm gonna head down. I have like an hour bus ride down to COEX Mall, where in Exhibit B they have the Seoul Quilt Festival or Seoul Quilt Show. I don't know the exact official title, but it is the quilt show here in Korea in Seoul. So I'm really excited to go see the quilts. I know they're gonna have like local and international quilters and quilts showing, so I'm excited to go see what it's like. I've only been to shows in Dallas, where I'm from. I've been many times over the years, and then I've been to the Houston show. So this is kind of like my first international show, first show out of Texas that I can remember. So yeah, I'm excited to go see what it's like. Go see, maybe do some shopping, you know, maybe find some other stores and things to find supplies in, and maybe look for some fabric. Again, I don't know exactly what it's going to be like, but hopefully if it's like, you know, other shows that I've been to, should be fine. So I'm excited taking you guys along. I will mostly just show the quilts that I see at the show in this video. If there is shopping, I will show you what I buy, kind of describe what it's like at the end of the video. So yeah, I'm gonna head down there pretty soon. It is November 15th. It's around, by the time I get there, it'll be around noon. There's one more day of the show tomorrow. It's been going on, I think, since the 11th. But yeah, super excited to go see. It's the first quilt show abroad in Seoul. I found this months ago, so I'm excited to go finally see what it's like. So hopefully it will be good, and I'm taking you guys along. So I will see you guys down there. Here we are. I'm back from the Quilt Show. I really enjoyed my time. I was very surprised from it. Yeah, I actually bought a lot, so I'm going to show you guys because some of them were really good prices and some of them were just so cute. It's been so long since I've like shopped for like fabric in that way. So it reminded me a lot of being back in the US, even though I was speaking very much Korean the whole time. It was funny because I think there was only one other very obvious foreigner there, so people were very nervous to come up to me until either I asked a question or someone bravely came up to me and was like, do you need help? Do you like this? Or something. They would say something and I would reply in Korean and they would realize, oh, she actually knows some Korean. But I'm gonna go through what I bought. I bought from like 4 or 5 different booths. But first I want to say I enjoyed all the quilts. Very fantastic, very up to par with other quilt shows I've been to. And there was a lot more shopping. There's a lot more shopping than I was expecting, but I would say there was more stores that like pre-made things, not as many stores just selling fabric, even though there are some. Overall, I would say there's more like pre-made stuff and then like supplies you can make, like kits for like little dolls or bags and things. So the shopping was a little different, but there are, you know, similarities from the shows I've been to in the US. But I have my little ticket bracelet let me in. It was Mon 1 or 10,000 won to get in, and I will be saying all the prices for all these things in won because obviously that's what I paid, that's what I know, but when I edit this I will put in the conversion for USD onto the screen. So we're gonna start. So it was 10,000 won to get in, which I think is a fair price for what they're showing and everything. It was in COEX Mall, which is like the very well-known mall in the Gangnam area of Seoul, and it was in Hall B, which is one of their smaller halls, but they had things going on in all the rest of the halls. They had a food fair outside. It was very busy in that area this weekend, so there's lots to go on if you're not just going to the show, but I was just going for the show. So I first looked around at the quilts and then I started shopping through. They had like, what, 1, 2, 3 aisles, or like 2 full aisles and then the half aisles with the quilts on the side. Setup was similar to other quilt shows I've been to, but the first thing I bought was actually tea. The lady at the booth was so nice, and I can now buy online. I really like tea, and I know of some like big brands of tea here in Korea that I will buy, but it's nice to buy smaller ones. So I got 2 little bags of tea. I also bought tea to like drink the whole time I was walking around. This is like a flower tea. This is what I drank while I walked around. It was very lovely, very nice. And then I was surprised by this one. This is a lemon melon tea, and usually I'm not a huge citrus fan. Lemon is the one I typically am okay with, and this was very light. So I bought the lemon and the flower tea. I drank the tea as I walked around and shopped, and then she gave me a little extra packet. This is an Australian Twinings tea, so a little free servicing for that. All the shops, some of them have like physical shops, some of them are just online. So, but a lot of them, or most of them that I stopped at, will have like cards where you can find information about their shop. So I picked up this one from a shop, but I didn't buy anything from there. But they had some really pretty ribbons and stuff, like embroidery ribbons. So when I come up with an idea what I would want to do with those, I might look at their shop, and they have information about classes and stuff on here. So I picked up but I'm not gonna go in order of what I bought this, but there's actually a store I've been to 2 of their like physical shops. There's 5 in Seoul and many around the country, but I have been to their shops and they had like a booth here. They mostly focus on machines, but they do have fabric, and I bought 2 tilde fabrics. They sell a lot of tilde fabrics, so I got this little like blue flower vase print and then just this flower blue and red print, and these were half off. So, and these are 1 meter, so I got 2 meters in total. They were half off, so in total for both I paid 28,000 won, which is actually pretty good for 2 meters of fabric, of tilde fabric. Let's see, next is actually clothing fabric, which they did have a lot, which I did wear this, and I ended up buying this. So I'm wearing houndstooth, and I bought houndstooth, and this is like a wool fabric. It's the big long rolls for, you know, clothing fabric. I think it was 112 centimeters wide, and I got 2 yards of it. I think it will be enough to like make a nice like suit jacket coat type thing. So I got that. Very nice. I think it'd be really nice if I make this to wear in the winter, which winters are long here. Who knows when I'll make it, but this was like the only thing I bought with a project in mind. So I got 2 yards of this houndstooth fabric. And it's like a nice smooth thick wool. And then the first fabric I bought was actually a really good price. These are each a yard, and I got 6 of them. So I got these black and white flowers. I got these flamingos, which I think I'm gonna give to my mom. I got this pink goldish flower print, this yellow, blue, and red flowers. And then these 2 kind of go together, but I have these flowers and then the green version, so lighter version and the darker version. And all 6 of these, they had a sale. It was like 1 for 4,000 won, but 3 for 10,000 won. So all of these cost 20,000 won in total, and I think they're a yard each. So 6 yards of fabric for 20,000 won, which is really nice. Oh, I just realized I don't have one piece. It either fell out, but at the store I bought like little keychains. They were only, the 3 of them together, with only 1,000 won or 1 chun. So it's not a big loss, but I don't know what happened to those. All right, break. I found the little charms. I didn't lose them. So I just got this like stocking, a little teapot, and then this is a little Snoopy that's pink. So these were the little keychain, not keychains, little things I got for 1 chun at the store, where I also got the fabric. And then the shop I spent the most money at, they were very nice. I had already bought the like 6 yards of fabric, and I was carrying my tea that was still very hot, and the lady so nicely held it for me while I looked at all these fabrics. She was also very relieved I knew Korean. But I bought so much from the store. They were very nice there too. The whole bag, they mostly are these little bundles. I think they're 1/8 of a yard. First I'm gonna show, I got 7 bundles that were all 9,000 won each. I'm gonna start with these like floral tealish ones, and these do match in person a little better than showing up on camera, because these have a little more orange, but they match up here with the teals. Got these, and then these 3 all kind of coordinate. These are all different animal prints, skins and polar bears and stuff on this one. These have tigers and sheep and other animals. And these have like the birds at the top, the turtles. So these all kind of match theme, not really colors, but they were so cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these, but that's the fun. And then I got also these 2 pink, and then like pinks and florals with darker purples and green backgrounds. I got these together at the same shop. Those are each 9,000 won. And then I got these 2. These were on sale. These have 6 fabrics each, some greens and some blues, and they kind of match with some of the other that I bought, and these were 10,000 won each. So I think in total at this store I bought like 83,000 won worth of fabric. And she showed me like 2 of these will make like a small baby quilt, so I figured 3 of them plus some other very neutral fabric, I can make like a decent sized quilt. So yeah, I'm excited about all of those. So that is everything I bought at the Quilt Show. There was a lot other things that I picked up and put down, especially at the same shop I bought these from. They had a lot of kits for like pillows and little, I don't know, accessories, and like, not dolls, but there was like a little basket type thing. I almost bought those, but since I picked up all this fabric to stay a little more in budget that I didn't have, I decided just to put those back and just get the fabric. So I'm super excited. It's been so long since I bought so much fabric. Now I just have to figure out where to put this and what to do with it. But hey, now I have more fabric and more projects to work on. So if you have ideas of what to do, all these are like 1/8 of a meter pieces. So I have yards, I have meters, I have 1/8 of meters and packets. So lots of fabric, lots of options to do. Can't wait to get ready and start sewing a lot more. It was very nice. All the ladies at all the places I shopped at were very nice, and they were very relieved I knew Korean enough to like talk with him, and they were like, oh, where are you from? What are you doing? Like here in Korea, you know, where do you live? Do you sew at a store, or do you sew, you know, where do you sew? I think it's a lot more common here to go and sew at a store, like a home-based store, than it is at home, kind of like I do, or like in the US, because I did get asked that very often, like, oh, where do you sew? So it's not automatically assumed you're at home. So I kind of learned something today that I knew you can go and sew at stores. I just didn't realize it was a very common thing. But yeah, now I have all these fabrics, and I can't wait to make more projects. So hope you guys enjoyed this. If you're thinking about coming to Seoul, it's a very good place to sew too and find fabrics. But yeah, that was the Seoul Quilt Show. I highly enjoyed it. I will definitely be going back again next year if I have the chance. I know this same weekend in Japan was the big quilt festival there too, or quilt show, like a world quilt show. If they're not on the same weekend next year, I could maybe go to the both. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!